Hello all and welcome to this review for the new Marvel Sentinel from the X-Men 97 line that's part of the Titans Hero series. Now, while this is very much a kid's toy, just like all the other Titan Hero series, the fact that it's a Sentinel means that there is actually some really fun collector value to it. And I'll show you why, because he does scale with other figures that would work well. And that's the whole point of this review, is to show you how he scales with other figures. Now, before that, I just want to show you a fun little, Easter egg of this review channel. Is that, well, you see my getup is basically just, white cardboard. Behind the cardboard is actually old drawings from my past when I was a teen drawing. And the funny thing is that, yeah, I'd be drawing X-Men characters. So that's just a little fun fact about this review channel. It's coming full circle. I rarely review X-Men figures, but because this is new, it just came out, I got it on Amazon.ca. I wanted to show you the potential that this figure has for different scales, so you can have an idea of what it is, and you can get it now, in case it becomes, rare or hard to get. It wasn't for me. I got it for about $24 on Amazon.ca, and it's around a $20 price point USD, depending on the retailer, of course. Now, let's talk about scaling. I'm gonna bring this down. I'm gonna bring the camera down a little bit, so you could see how he works with other figures. Now, the ones that I was most curious about were these. I think you've seen them. They're the ones, I believe they're still under the Marvel Legends line, but they only have 5 points of articulation, kind of like the Star Trek, that's better. The Star Trek figures of old, right? From the first ones that the kids got back in the day. So that's what they represent. And I think the scaling here works really well. Now, there actually is a Sentinel in this toy line, but it's about the size here of about Apocalypse, same color scheme too, so it doesn't really fit. I just watched the first episode of the 90s X-Men series, and this scale works really well. The Sentinel just towered everything. He was the size of a 2-story house around, because you could peer into the bedroom on the second floor. So that's about how he is. And that works better. And that actually works better than the scale that they're proposing, because in the line, it seems like what he's supposed to scale with are toys similar to the size of, here, Superman from the Superpowers line. Right? A little bit bigger. And look, if you want it, fine, by all means. But I mean, for those that actually have been getting these Marvel Legends figures, I think the scale works really, really well and really fun. Now, however, there have been cases where the Sentinels were a smaller size, especially in the first appearance, for example. And it actually is similar to the Marvel Legends size that we've had for that other Sentinel. Now, we've got Apocalypse here to show what it looks like with other 6-inch figures. Sorry, we'll put Apocalypse here. Sorry, he's not 6-inch, but I mean around the 6-inch Marvel Legends scale. Nightcrawler is a more appropriate. So he actually is 6-inch, and that's how it looks like compared to him. So in case you were wondering how that scales, there you go. Now, the last thing we'll do before we go is what you can do with him, because the problem with him is that, yes, while he is cheap, it's because there is very little with the molding. There's just a few parts to him, and that's what we'll go through. All right. So the head, I'll bring this up. One moment. Let's see better. The head is on, I guess, with a ball joint of sorts. I didn't look inside. I didn't take it out, but it does go around. However, it's very limited. So that's him looking up. That's him looking down. Not much to it. And sight, he does go all around, and it's enough to make this kind of pose that you have on that classic Days of Future Past cover of the part 2, I believe. Now, speaking of which, his arms go all around, and this is how up they go. So not too much. The his sleeves, they do have a full 360, but it feels very unnatural to turn it. I mean, it looks unnatural too. But however, it is possible on both sides. When it comes to the boots, they do not turn. He does a full split. There you go. However, the extension of the legs doesn't go out too much. You don't get a 90-degree angle. And there is nothing going back. And yes, here's a little Sentinel bum. So that's as far back as it goes. It doesn't go back. All right, so that's him. That's him for articulation. Now, the last thing I'll do before we end this review is let's see how he looks like, you know, with an X-Man in his hands. There. So we've got that. I'll put him on the other side. Just for fun. And yeah, he actually can hold. He can hold fine. That's it. So if you were curious, hopefully this review helped you. You'll let me know in the comments, and I wish you all a great day.